Hey guys, Nick here from SNF Exterior Washing. Welcome back to Wash and Learn. No, that was not green food coloring or any sort of dye coming through our pressure washer. So what we have going on is scaling in our hot water coil unit. Scaling is sediments, calciums, rust, etc. That have built up over time in your coils and now coming out. So we've been looking all over online. We've been dealing with this for about a month now. Just can't seem to get it fixed. So what we've been dealing with recently is rust in the coils. Trying to determine the cause. Could be copious amounts of hard water ran through. We've watched a couple campers at a campground. We didn't have the best water coming through. Had a couple pipe breaks there. And at one point when we were looking at our buffer tank, when we were filling, it was all brown. So you saw black and green water coming out. According to the Google Webs, you get a black/green look to your water. A lot of people are like, well, rust is brown, rust is this, rust is that. That is rust with limited oxygen to oxygenate the rust. I'm not a scientist, so please don't quote me on any of that. But that's the gist of it. If it had proper oxygen in there, your water, your steel, etc., to complete that triangle, then you'd be getting brown water. We don't have that. So we're going to get into that. A lot of you guys might be running a lot of vertical coils. That seems pretty common, especially with your hot Cs, 4 gallon per minute, 5 gallon per minute, etc. So ours is horizontal. We've ran muriatic acid through this about 6 times. And the last time I ran it through, everything was clear. I thought we were good, etc., etc. Well, it was nice enough yesterday in Northeast Ohio to give us a wash. Went out to wash, start everything up, boom. Black and green water. So before I get into the breakdown and kind of show you guys how to get to it, and I'll create a separate video of just the work being done, because I know a lot of you guys are trying to learn this quick or on the fly, and you're like, I don't need an intro video, I don't need your autobiography, I just need how to get it done. So we will create a separate video so that way you guys can get just right into it. Not quite sure how to find or post the links where people are like, oh yeah, click this video. I'll get there eventually. But for right now, just check out our channel and I will create a title for it and you'll know what it is. So we've been dealing with this for quite some time. We've ran about 6 rounds of muriatic acid through, and we have a theory of why it's still not. Theory number 1 is the scaling is just so bad that it takes that many rounds. That just doesn't make sense because all of the YouTube tutorials have the same color water coming out. They do it one time for 5 minutes, they're good to go. So Sean and I were thinking, maybe not all the coils are getting cleaned out. So we'll come over here. Let me flip you guys around. So our coils are all horizontal, right? The inlet comes in right there, goes in, and our coils are tightly wrapped running through, right? So bear with me. Water's coming in and then going down, and then rising up and then coming down. We've been running a 5.3 gallon per minute pump through this. Now everything in here is 1/2 inch inner diameter and it's rated for 8 gallon plus, right? Our theory is that not all of the coils, the inside, are getting cleaned. It's filling up on the left-hand side and then spilling over, not getting this side of the coil. If you can imagine a line here and then a line here for your coil, it's cleaning the bottom, but it's not filling the top. And all we've been doing is running with no back pressure. So what we're going to be trying to do is, instead of just having it run freely, right, for right now, on our outlet, we're going to hook up our 1/2 inch soft wash nozzle. We're going to let the pump pressurize, and we're going to release in bursts of 5 seconds, 10 seconds, whatever, till all the air is bled out. When all of the air is bled out, then that's going to tell me there's no air in the coils, and all of the coils are completely saturated in muriatic acid. And then I'm going to let it run through. Because the pump is smaller, 5.3 gallons per minute, that's my theory. There's not enough flow to completely fill that 1/2 inch inner diameter on the coils. So, nonetheless, let's get started. Let me grab my tools, we'll set you up, and hopefully you'll get something out of this video. All right, guys, so I got my tool cart. You really don't need a lot of variety of tools. I just have a couple lengths of 1/2 inch hose we're gonna need to have hooked up later on. Got a couple different wrenches here. Got a crescent wrench, blue monster tape, and some gloves so I'm not getting too crapped up during this. All right, so I'm going to disconnect our outlet whip line right here. Toss her over to the side. So I'm going to work on the outlet first. I'll actually try to get you guys a little bit of a better angle here. All right, so I got the outlet right here. I'm going to start by first removing this 3/8 male quick connect, and then attached to that, because I'm running 1/2 inch fittings, this part right here, I have my finger on this first brass piece, is a 1/2 inch to 3/8 brass reducer. Sorry, stainless reducer. It just looks a little brassy because of the patina. So I shouldn't need too much ugga-dugga on this part. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. Actually, I am going to put some ugga-dugga on it, because why make your job harder? Close her up. Please. Thank you. And should be able to get the rest with hand. Toss that off to the side. And then get this 1/2 inch to 3/8 reducer off here. She's going to take a little bit more torque. And everything I'm showing you, these are the only things that are going to have to come off. And hand. All right, so now I got the outlet removed. I'm going to move in here to get our inlet in. This is the hose that comes directly from the block, from the pump to the block over into the coils. There we go. And we're free. So by doing that, it completely bypasses the pump and gives us access just to the inside inlet and the outside outlet of the coils. We do not want to run muriatic acid through the pump. New pump, expensive, and we don't want anything to hurt that. We will be pumping it with a 12-volt pump, but I'd much rather pay the $300 for a brand new 12-volt pump versus $3,000 for a new 8-gallon per minute pump. Also, I lied. You're going to need a variety of whatever. These are just 2 1/2-inch NPT to 1/2-inch barbs that I'm going to be putting in place of where I just took those connections off.